The 1600s in Scotland was known as the killing times, particularly in the west of Scotland, because here the Covenanters were particularly strong. They'd signed a covenant to say they believed that the church was ruled by God, could not be ruled by the king. This resulted in their ministers being thrown out of their churches, and instead religious meetings were held in remote places. These were known as conventicles. Eaglesham Moor was an ideal place for conventicles. Lochgoin Farm today is a museum to these Covenanters, particularly the Howie family, who did their best to support them. The army was brought in to suppress these conventicles, particularly the Dragoons. Also Highlanders were brought in because of their familiarity with the conditions. Those who were caught were often treated with quite astonishing barbarity. Often they were summarily executed, not even allowed to say a last prayer. Sometimes they were executed in front of their families. In this case, Gabriel Thomson and Robert Lockart were returning from a conventicle on Eaglesham Moor and were captured by Highlanders and Dragoons somewhere near Cowpley Farm that lay below MacAulay the Hill. The officer in charge of the troops is simply recorded as Ardencaple. Often the aristocracy were named after their estates, so this may refer to one of the MacAulays of Ardencaple, which is near Helensburgh. So this is in Argyll and Bute, so this might link with the presence of the Highlanders. The date was the 1st of May, 1685. The place named Picket Law above the Eaglesham was a reminder of these times, the pickets being the lookouts stationed to look out for the troops. Often the troops abandoned the bodies where they lay. It was generally only safe for women to come and recover the bodies and bury them in a shallow grave. Robert and Gabriel's original memorial and inscription were replaced sometime in the early 1700s. The inscription explains how they were caught on the moor. It is particularly strongly worded, even for a Covenanter memorial. It includes the line, "Their blood for vengeance yet doth cry." Memorial conventicles are still occasionally held on Eaglesham Moor, particularly at Lochgoin. Here the Covenanters' memorial carries the names of many of these religious martyrs. John Howie of Lochgoin wrote a book known as The Scots Worthies, which records the lives of many of these Covenanters.